I've just arrived at this lake this morning. It's a stocked trout lake. One of my mates rang and said he wanted to go fishing, and then when I arrived he rang and said something's come up and he couldn't make it, so I'm here by myself. It's pretty cold, there's a wind blowing, you can probably hear that, and when I get to a lake like this I always check out a couple of things. So I'm looking for a couple of deep holes, anything that might be a fish attracting area. What will happen is the water in front of me is pretty shallow, but I've found a little tiny dip further out. The reason I'm in shallow water, I would have gone to the deep water on the other side, but the wind is blowing this way, so I always try the fish facing into the wind. That'll bring, everything's blown towards you, all the food is blown in, so if the fish are going to be feeding, it'll be then. It'll be when on the shore that gets the wind. The other thing is that it is windy. I've just checked the barometric pressure. I've got an app on my phone, and the pressure has dropped very quickly, which means that that's not good for fishing at all. They can close down in this, so I might only give it an hour to see how I go, and maybe get out of the cold wind. But if I'm catching fish, I'll keep going. Anyway, let's see how we go. I've got a range of baits today. I've got worms because there's redfin in these waters, but also I've got dough baits because obviously stocked trout, one of the things I'll go for are the dough baits. There's dynamite bait and Berkeley baits, so just different flavours, one in garlic, one in aniseed. Good to have a bit of a mixture. I've also got some maggots if I need to change over onto a live bait, as well as the worms. So best thing to do is always have a range, because you just never know what the fish are going to take, and sometimes it's just a difference in colour, difference in movement, difference in scent that'll make all the difference. Well, I've just cast in and I hit a duck, which is unusual, but I guess it occasionally happens. The duck's going to be okay, thankfully, but I had to wind back in and cast again. Thank you, duck. Well, the rain's coming through, but I'm always prepared. So as you can see, I'm under an umbrella. I've just got an old golfing umbrella, which I use for fishing, and I just keep it on a stem, as you can see down here, which I push into the ground. And at any angle I like, so if the wind's blowing, which it is now, I can face it into the wind so it doesn't turn inside out. So this will keep me dry enough. I mean, if the rain gets too heavy or the wind gets too hard, then I have to leave. But at least when there's only light showers, then you can hang around till they pass and keep the fishing. I've been here about 45 minutes. In that time I've had sunshine, then howling winds, then rain. So much rain, in fact, that I'm about as wet as some of those fish in there. One thing that did happen though, that while in the midst of all of the rain, I just got this little guy here. This is a little roach, which is a relative of the carp family, and that was biting on. I got that on a worm. I've had no trout so far, no redfin, but at least I got a fish in that rain. But I think there's going to be some more rain coming through, so I'm not sure that I'm going to stay. Anyway, the fact is that was caught probably only about, I don't know, say 6 or 7 meters out from the bank. So what had happened is the wind was blowing the food, turning it up, and fish were feeding out there. So I caught that really, really close on a worm. So it just shows you, if you follow the wind around, sometimes it'll lead to fish, even on a really tough day like this. Well, finally I got this guy. I've been here for about an hour and a half now. I got one fish after about 45, and then I've got this guy here, this rainbow. I tried different things. This has been caught on a worm and a small hook.